Are you interested in building an exciting and rewarding career in the IT field? Well, in today's live stream, we're going to be answering any questions you guys might have about what it takes to enter or advance your career in the IT field. This is the Bearded IT Dad, where we give you advice and insight on how to grow your career in the IT field. My name's Dakota, and if you guys have any questions at all, that is what today's live stream is going to be dedicated to. It's answering your questions you might have about the IT field. So all that and more is coming up after this. Welcome back to everyone to another episode of the Bearded IT Dad. Like I said in the beginning, we give you advice and insight on how to grow your career in the IT field. Uh, I apologize if my voice isn't 100% today. I'm just getting over a cold I've had for like the last month, but it had been too long since I've done a live stream on here, and I wanted to come on and answer any questions you guys might have about the IT field, whether you're interested in what certifications, what internship programs or other things like that you should be studying for. I am here to answer your questions. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the chat and we will start answering them here live on the show. Welcome, Marvin. I see we got a few people coming in already. Greetings and happy fabulous Friday, everyone. It is a good Friday. It's been a busy last couple of weeks. As you guys might see, not my usual place here. We actually got rid of our studio and we just bought a house. So I'm actually down here in the living room of our house for now until I can get my new studio set up here in a few months. But I'm excited. We've been kind of doing a lot of stuff in my time off here from the channel. We've done a bunch of interviews. You guys are going to start seeing a lot of content. As we wait for some of the questions to come in, I'll kind of give an update on the channel. So we are actually going to be putting out a lot more content Monday through Friday, every day of the week. We're going to be dropping a new piece of content for you guys coming up. Mondays, if you guys don't know, we have a podcast, the Beard IT Dad podcast, which you can find on any of the popular podcast platforms out there. But Mondays, every Monday we release a new episode over there on the podcast. Tuesdays, we're going to be releasing a recorded video here on the YouTube channel. Wednesdays, you'll likely see a short or a TikTok from us or Instagram Reels. Thursdays, we're going to be releasing a recorded interview, a video version of our podcast. And Fridays, we're going to go back to doing live streams every Friday. So literally every single day of the week, you kind of get some sort of insight and information from us going forward. So it's a lot of fun. And I'm curious, can you get some feedback from you guys? What do you guys like? What would like to see on the channel going forward? You want to see more of, less of, and so on. Looks like we're getting some questions here. Very first question: is the CCNA worth it in 2023? I just released a video talking about it was about a month ago, talking about will there be a new CCNA in 2023? And Cisco hasn't officially given us the word yet whether they are releasing a new CCNA in 2023 or not. But all the signs point towards it, that they are going to be revamping the CCNA. And a blank statement, is the CCNA worth it in 2023? It's kind of hard to answer. If you are interested in getting into a networking career and you are just starting out in your career journey, a CCNA is 100% one of the best certifications I think you can get to get your foot in the door to an entry-level networking position. Now, there is other certifications out there, such as the Network Plus and stuff like that. But I still think in 2023, one of the best entry-level certifications you can get for networking is the CCNA. Now, also, if you're looking to get a career into maybe cybersecurity, you're going to have to know how the network works before you can protect it. And a great certification for learning how networking works is the CCNA. So I think the CCNA is a great entry-level certification, and it's a very good, well-rounded cert to have. Sean, hey Dakota, it's Sean. Enjoy meeting you the other day. Just letting you know, I've been killing it this week. I've had 4 phone interviews already this week from different companies. For everyone, this is Sean. He booked one of our one-on-one coaching sessions with us the other day. There's actually a link down in the description where if you guys are interested, you can book a one-on-one coaching session with me personally, and we'll review your resume. We'll go over your LinkedIn. We'll talk about your career journey and strategies you might have on how to build your career. Just this week, Sean and I sat down and had a coaching call the other day, and he's already had 4 phone interviews with 4 different companies after having that coaching call with us. That's amazing, Sean. That's so awesome. Really keep me up to date on how that journey goes for you. I'm so proud of you. You know, and yeah, if that's something you guys are interested in booking a one-on-one coaching session, we do 30 minutes or 1-hour coaching sessions. The link is down in the description. Go to our website and book that with me. So that's so awesome, Sean. Let me know how it goes. Keep in touch. Chat's really piling in here. I gotta get caught back up. Hi, Dakota. So happy to see you're doing a live. Huge snowstorm here in Michigan. I just made a home. Had to help 2 firefighters move 3 trees. Wow, that's crazy. You know, here in Oregon, we just got blasted with a whole bunch of snow. Nothing in scale to what you guys get out of Michigan, but we had inches of snow, and the world pretty much stopped. People don't know how to deal with snow here in Oregon. Gosh, my beard's all messy today. Anywho, nice to see you, Blue Lantern. Any tips for desktop support? My question is, are you already working in desktop support? Let's see, another question here. Like certifications, I saw Microsoft new endpoint cert. It really depends on certifications. I'm a bit firm believer certifications are not for the current job you have. They're really for that next job to help you land that next higher level job in your career field. Now, if you want to stick into the desktop support, then yeah, by all means, go after those Microsoft certifications. Those Azure certifications are going to probably be the most beneficial to you long term. If you want to go off in a different career path, then I'd suggest looking into those certifications. Hey, my question is, I am hand-on type of person. I was a welder and then I got laid off during COVID. Now going back to school for IT. Are there any jobs in IT that require tools and hands-on tasks? Tons of jobs in the field. I think you'll find the most hands-on jobs are going to be your networking jobs. Networking engineer and stuff like that. From experience, networking jobs are the most hands-on. Or server administrator jobs. Really, you don't get much more hands-on than like network engineer, desktop support. You're gonna be really hands-on if you get an entry-level job at the help desk. Let me get something to drink to help my throat here. But yeah, networking I think is gonna be the most hands-on physical job you're gonna find out there. And I was very much a hands-on person before I got into IT. I worked in production. I was a bulldozer operator. I was very much a hands-on person. And when I got into IT, I always knew I had a passion for networking. So I followed networking, and it was very much hands-on. You know, you're racking and stacking switches, you're connecting cabling, you're making your own jumpers sometimes. So probably networking would be my suggestion. Houston phone repair. Hey, good afternoon. How's it going? You ever had a chance to interview someone who broke into data analyst job with no bachelor's degree? That would be great. Well, you're in luck, Blue Lantern. Tuesday, literally the next week, Tuesday, we're releasing an interview labeled Day as a Data Analyst. That was a great interview. Actually, I just did. And definitely check into Tuesday's interview. You're going to like that one. I currently fix Chromebooks for a school under contract. I've done that before. I used to work for my local school district, and I have power washing Chromebooks all day long. Um, that gets to be a rough job. Trying to learn, but they won't teach me anything else. Yep, that is 100% common. That's the exact same experience I had working for the school district. Unfortunately, my biggest advice to you is to start applying for new jobs. I've heard a lot of people have great success working for school districts and stuff. Everyone I personally know that has worked in tech for a school district has been very unsuccessful in growing their career, getting raises, getting promoted, learning new skills. Seems to be very stagnant. Everyone there seems to be gatekeeping. So it's really unfortunate. It's frustrating to me that everyone seems to gatekeep in that field, but it's just what I've seen. I think you're going to have to start looking to work elsewhere to really advance your career. Marvin, I have an A+ studying for Office 365 Azure fundamentals. May focus on CCNA first or Office 365 and Azure. It really depends on what you want to do. You know, if you want to get into more system administration, desktop support, definitely go for your Office 365. If you want to do more networking and stuff like that, or cybersecurity, then get your CCNA. That's what I would recommend. All right, let's see. I'm signing up for course careers. I am a welder, want to get back into IT. How do you feel transitioning from blue collar to IT? Was it difficult to learn? Not at all. I did it myself. I did it with no degree, no college education, no degree, no prior works experience, and I had no IT certifications. And I was able to go from being a bulldozer operator to working in IT, making my first job. I was making $60,000 a year. And now 3 years into the field, I'm a director of network operation making six figures. So, if you're signing up for our career coaching, if that's what you meant, course careers, definitely sign up for that. And we'll sit down, look at what experience you have, what interests you the most, and go from there. Here, matter of fact, since I keep on talking about our career coaching, if you guys haven't seen it yet, thebeardeditdad.com. This is our website here. And right here at the top, you can click career coaching. Drop this down in chat. There's a link to our career coaching. You can come down here and either book a 30-minute session or a 60-minute session with us. The 30-minute session is kind of a quick overview. We kind of talk about your plan. I give you some advice. 60-minute is more of a deep dive. Like I mentioned earlier, that's what I did with Sean. Literally earlier this week, I had a 60-minute call with him, and later that week, he's already had 4 interviews with 4 different companies. So that's amazing. But we dive into your resume. I look at your resume. I give you advice and pointers on changes you should make. We do career planning and stuff like that. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll just drop the link to that in the chat. Go check it out. Let's see. Okay, where was I in questions? Appreciate what you do. I currently fix Chromebooks for a school under contract. They already said without saying that they won't show me anything. Looking into desktop support as a stepping stone. That'd be a great stepping stone coming from that kind of work. You definitely, unfortunately, there comes those times where you're going to have to just jump ship. You're going to have to cut bait. If you're looking to advance your career, level up, make more money, learn new skills, you're going to have to just take that leap of faith. You don't want to change jobs too often in the field, but it is definitely not uncommon to have to do that in the IT field. So Sorry, my mustache was bugging me. Got you. I've been trying. Trying this stuff. Absolutely. Lead your comment. Hope it didn't come off as rude. Well, I didn't even see your comment. So I don't think I saw it. I didn't see it as rude because I didn't see it at all. Feel free to put any comments you want on there. Shadow Days. So you have your CCNA. So Office 365 would be best to get more desktop support roles. Absolutely. I never officially got certified in Office 365, but I trying to think of the right word here. Like I was part of a Google to Office 365 migration at one of my employers, and that was huge and beneficial and a great learning path for me to really help nurture my career. You know, just getting in there with Office 365 is a really huge skill, especially when you're starting out in the IT field. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your videos and the free knowledge you spread. That is what we are here for. It was a similar YouTube channel to mine that really gave me the motivation to make the change into this career field, to make the jump into IT. And I want to just help people out and give them the advice they need to make the career change. Excuse me. It's like I said, I'm just getting over a cold. I haven't had my voice has been gone for almost a month now, and it's on its way back. But as you can tell, it's still rough. But I'm getting there. I want to come on here and talk to you guys. Hold on. Sorry, I don't know if you guys heard that. But anyways, I wanted to come on and talk to you guys and give you guys advice and answer any questions you guys might have about the IT field, because there's a lot of different information out there, and it can be difficult at times to know what information to follow. Um, there's other YouTubers like me that are like, oh, you got to go learn this skill and you got to learn this skill. Um, and it can just be really overwhelming sometimes. Like you feel like you got to learn all this before you can be successful, but that's not really the case. You know, um, like I tell my story, and I feel like I'm a broken record when I say it over and over again, but it it's the truth because I I started in the IT field with no degree, no college education. I was a college dropout. I had no prior formal experience working in IT and no IT certifications. I was studying for my A plus, but I didn't have it yet. I was able to land a job in the IT field with just that, with just the drive and willingness to learn. Thank you for this 499 super chat. Thank you so much, Carrie 2007. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but it is 100% possible if you have the willingness and the drive to learn to make the switch to jump into this field with very little experience and everything. So you can do it. Now, really quick, I want to give a quick shout out to some of our new members here. We recently just got the ability to have memberships, and we have someone that just signed up at the True Techies it's page. It's Kuro Kambushi. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm horrible with names, but thank you for signing up at the True Techies level. I really appreciate that, the support of the channel. I work full time. This isn't my full time job yet, but it takes a lot to run this YouTube channel. It takes time and effort and investment, and your guys' support. I can't thank you enough. I just want to continue to give you guys support and advice and answer any questions you might need, because sometimes that's all you need is that little push, that little nudge to be able to make the jump and follow your dreams. That's something Network Chuck does. I really love him, but he's always coming out with new stuff. He's encouraging you to learn, and it can get overwhelming. I didn't want to call Network Chuck out because he is one of my like I was watching Network Chuck before I got into IT. He is an awesome guy. I mean, I had him here on the channel before, and I'm not saying anything bad about Network Chuck. You'll never hear any bad things about Network Chuck coming out of my mouth. But I can't get like sometimes I see his videos like, you got to learn Python now. You got to learn SQL now. You got to learn SQL injection right now. And I'm like, wait a minute, what am I supposed to learn? I haven't even started learning the last four things. And it can get kind of stressful trying to figure out all this stuff you got to learn. So don't get overwhelmed with those things. Just focus on your end goal. Focus on what you want to do with your career, and you'll get there. Where can I get free classes to get into the IT world? Surprisingly, there is tons of free classes out there. It depends on what you want to learn. So one thing you could check out is Kev Tech. He has a course on Udemy. It's not free, but once in a while he'll give away his course for free. It's a really great help desk course. If you want to start studying for like your CompTIA A+, there's like Professor Messer out there. So here, let me share my screen again. So there is Professor Messer. He has free A+, Net Plus, and Security Plus training here on YouTube. Excuse me. Let's see. So Professor Messer, he's one of the great free training resources out there. I don't know if this is going to play on his. So, yep, check him out on YouTube. That's what I was getting at. No. Sorry, guys. Professor Messer. There we go. That's what I was getting at. Great information there. So, for free learning and really getting your start studying for your A+, watch some of Professor Messer's videos. But there's tons of great training out there. Just to kind of do your research on that. Oops. It sucks. 10 years ago, I got a felony. I want to break into IT, but worried no one will hire me. I've heard so many. I've heard so many people that have felonies that work in IT. I know them personally. Don't let that hold you back. I mean, you got to be honest about it when you're applying for jobs, and you're going to struggle more than the average person. But there is tons of companies out there that won't even bat an eye at that. They don't care. As long as you have the drive and willingness to learn, you can do it. So don't let that hold you back. Don't let that be a crutch. Just go out there and start applying for these jobs. Oh, I didn't even realize I was back on screen. Okay. But yeah, go out there and start applying for the jobs. Like I said, I know people personally, and you can still get into IT with a felony. It's not something that's going to be a little bit more difficult, and you're just going to have to want it that much more. I need to learn SQL because I want to do data stuff. That is a good skill to have. SQL is great. SQL is a good skill to have. What do you think of the MD100? The MD100. What is the MD100? I don't remember off the top of my head. It sounds familiar. The Microsoft MD100. To be honest with you, I can't give you an answer because I haven't done my research on it. I know Microsoft changed up all their exams a while ago, and see a replacement exam. So the MD100 is being retired the end of July. So the MD100, I want to get it. I'll get the MD102. Endpoint Administrator will be available in May 2023. It says right here on Microsoft's website. So they're getting ready to retire this exam. So why get it? Start studying for the Endpoint Administrator exam. This is what's going to replace the MD100, MD102. That's what I think about it. The big bald Azure guy himself is in the house. Welcome. How's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Guys, if you are interested in learning Azure, this is the guy, the big bald Azure guy. He is the one you need to go subscribe to. Here on YouTube, free great knowledge. Thanks, Dakota. That really gives me some hope and motivation. Absolutely. How do you improve interview skills? You practice. You do mock interviews. I know over on KevCheck's Discord channel, they do mock interviews all the time. You could do book one-on-one career coaching with me, and we'll run through some mock interviews. But you practice. You get used to talking to people and build up those people skills. There's tons of videos out there with like interview questions to help prepare you. But practice is the key there. I'm slowly studying for the A+. Hey, you know what? As long as you're studying, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what speed you're studying for. Just keep on studying and get the A+ certification. Keep on clicking on to show my screen and forget to switch back. OMG, the Azure guy. I want to get my DP 900. It's been good, brother. Coming back to YouTube this month after 4 months off for health stuff. That's so awesome. I'm so glad you're coming back. Hey, if I can help you out in any ways with your YouTube journey or anything you need, you got my info. Hit me up. You're always more than welcome to come back here on the channel too. So I want to get my Azure data cert, but I am unsure if I need to understand SQL before going into the Azure data path. You know what? I am also unsure of that. If the big bald Azure guy is still in here, he might be able to answer that. But from what I have heard, no. The prerequisites for the AZ900 are pretty low. I think most people that have some entry-level knowledge about networking and IT systems can go out and get the AZ900 with some studying. But you know, it doesn't hurt to understand SQL. I know you're already talking that you want to learn SQL anyways. SQL is a big beast to learn. So, you know, just be prepared for that and build some home labs if you're going to do SQL. Getting high 60s on the boson exams for CCNA. Am I ready? You know, I haven't taken any of the boson exams personally. I think they're great. So I don't know what a high 60s is. Is that like 60%? If that's 60%, then I say you keep on working on it. So I don't know what their scoring scale is though. I work on printers, on-site AT&T contractors. I'm sorry. Printers are like the bane of every IT worker's existence, but it's like a rite of passage we all have to do. What was your question earlier? You're slowly studying for the A+. Yeah, just keep on studying. So thanks, bro. I'll call you this weekend. You got it. I appreciate you taking the time to answer your questions. Absolutely. If you have any more questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Really, anything IT related, I am more than happy to answer it. You know, what the day in the life looks like, what type of beverage I'm drinking, whatever. I'm here to answer your questions. Why it sounds like I just smoked like 80 cigarettes. I'm just getting over a cold. Excuse me. See? Excuse me. I'm ready for this cold to be over. Currently undergoing Azure 900 cert. Going for a Linux Plus after, and by then get the MD 200. Sounds like a really great study path. Really solid study path. I'd say if you're not working in IT already, which you may have told me and I've already forgot, you need to get a job in the IT field to start like building your help desk level experience. Boson recommends 80 on their exams because 70 is a pass on the Cisco exams. I'd say you need to pump those numbers up a little bit more. If you're getting 60s, oh, you weren't getting 60s, but yeah, network engineer wannabe, you're getting 60s, and Boson recommends 80s. You need to pump those numbers up a bit more. Keep on practicing. I've been there for 7 years and want a change. It is time for you to get a change. If you've been in the same job for the last 7 years and you are actively pursuing a career in IT, it's time to jump ship. I hate to say it. I sound fine. I still sound pretty bad. My throat's pretty rough. I'm getting better. Would you please compare network versus cloud? What do you want me to compare? The two totally different types of infrastructure. I mean, you still have the network and the cloud. Are we talking certifications? Are we talking, what are we talking? Network and the cloud. Networks, you're typically dealing with an on-prem network, where in the cloud, you're dealing with someone else's network and someone else's data center. Give me a little bit more insight. In 2023, I don't know. Oh, let me compare the different. Please compare network and cloud in 2023. It was decent job security. You know what? I can't hate you for that at all. I completely understand that. At the end of the day, you got to do what puts food on the table and keeps a roof over your family's head. We've all been there. I've been there. Just start investing in yourself. That's what you need to do. Start investing in your studies, start investing in yourself, and it will come. Then again, cloud contains networks, and networks is a key for cloud. Absolutely. I mean, really, the network is at the root of every IT infrastructure in one form or another. But whether it's the cloud, whether it's on-prem or whatever. Oh no, the snowstorm covered the satellite and didn't record SmackDown. Life is over. I'm sorry. CCNA versus CompTIA Cloud. They're not in the same wheelhouse at all. CCNA is a Cisco certified networking associate. You're learning networking specifically designed for Cisco networks. CompTIA Cloud is a vendor. CompTIA certifications are a vendor neutral certification, and it is for the cloud. You're comparing apples to 67 Mustang. I mean, they're not even apples and oranges. You know what I mean? You need to know both. Yeah. You need to know networking to know the cloud. So if you're looking to get into cloud computing, sure, go get your CCNA, because it will give you all the knowledge you need to know the networking side of cloud computing. Yeah, most definitely, it's a slower pace, and I kind of want to get into networking. If you want to, and if you have the funds, definitely look into booking a coaching session with me, and we can sit down and kind of build you a career path. Look at your resume, get a timeline for your studies and what you want to do and what kind of jobs you want to get into. Can you get into cybersecurity without an IT background? Can you? Yes. Is it easy? Absolutely not. Do I know people who've done it? Yes. Do I recommend it? Absolutely not. You need to get that fundamental knowledge. You need to know how the network works before you can protect it. You need to know how the desktops work before you can protect them. So can you just jump straight into cybersecurity? Yes, but it's going to be an uphill battle the entire way. You need to learn your fundamentals. And people don't like it when I say that, but unfortunately, it's kind of the truth. You got to learn how to crawl before you can walk. We should do a stream discussing the different tracks of certs. You got it. Tell me when. I will put you down. You heard it. Big bald Azure guy. We're doing a stream talking about different tracks for certs. Absolutely. Hopefully I answered your question there about CCNA and CompTIA Cloud Plus. Azure or AWS? Well, I think if I don't say Azure, the big bald Azure guy might rough me up a little bit. All jokes aside, look at the jobs in your area that you are interested in and see what they are working with. They're both great certifications to have. And once you learn one, you can apply those skills to the other. It's not like they're two completely different worlds. The cloud is the cloud. Just what it might be called in Azure, it's going to be called something different in AWS, but it still does the same functionality. So whatever interests you the most, go for that and get certified in that. Because if you get a job and get certified in Azure, but then get a job working for AWS, the cloud is still the cloud. You'll still know the fundamentals on how it works and be able to translate your knowledge into that. I can't pronounce your name. Kirby 2007. Thank you again for the $10 super chat. Do you have study groups more focused? Could be chat where you recommend and engage with others about topics for the CCNA certification. So I used to do monthly CCNA study groups. I don't do them anymore. I still do the A+ study groups. So for CCNA, like group chats where I talk about it, there's two different options. One, you could book a one-on-one call with me and we can do a deep dive onto CCNA. Two, for people who sign up for a YouTube membership at the Bearded Gang level, which I think is $25 a month, we do monthly group coaching calls, where it's a little bit cheaper option to get a group coaching call, but it's with several other people and we can talk about whatever topic specific you want to talk about. I don't do a monthly CCNA study group anymore. I might bring that back in the future if there's a big demand for it. And I don't know if anyone off the top of my head. I know there's channels out there that do stuff like that, but not off the top of my head. I can make a recommendation. I've heard people say cloud is taking over networking. Oh, that's impossible because the cloud is built on a network. It is someone else's network, but you still need to know how to operate that network. So there's always going to be networking, no matter what. The cloud cannot replace networking because the cloud needs networking to work. So just different levels of networking. Do you do career coaching for data careers? I can help you get on a path for data careers. I don't teach like data science and data analytics, but I can help build you a career path for that. So yes, I do. I just don't teach the skills. Do you take live phone calls? Yes, that is what my career coaching phone calls are is one-on-one career coaching. I typically do a Google Hangouts meeting, and we sit down for a half hour or an hour or however long you want to book the call and talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I give you all the advice you need to do that. The big bald Azure guy says Azure. What a surprise. Hey, you know what? When I interviewed the big bald Azure guy, he gave a good reason for it. Why'd you go look up those videos? Seriously, it doesn't matter. Cloud is cloud. I do both. See? That was helpful. Thanks. Logging off. Night pieces. Have a good night. What are your thoughts on the Network Plus versus the CCST? CCST, is that like the entry-level Cisco cert? Certified Control Systems Technician? Oh no, that's Cisco Certified Support Technician. Oh, yeah. Um, I don't think anyone should get the Network Plus or the CCST. If you're going to get a certification, get the CCNA. The CCST, in all honesty, I think is kind of a silly cert. I think it's a very, very entry level certification that almost no employer knows of or recognizes because it's not entry level. I think if you're going to spend the time and money to get a certification, you should get the CCNA. Give Dakota a like. Why, thank you. I appreciate it. How much for a 30-minute call? Good question. I don't know off the top of my head. Let's take a look at it. Or you could just go to thebeardit.com, click on career coaching, or you can click on the link I just dropped in chat. I don't mean to be plugging this so much. It wasn't my plan. A 30-minute call is $45. And you see, it's got a calendar here where you guys can pick the time that works for you. And you pick a time and schedule it and all that. Sorry, my nose is getting plugged up. 1 second here. Apologies. My nose is getting all stuffed up there. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat. For those of you who've been on the channel for a long time, I finally got a new desk chair. It's not sinking on me. I think I actually might stand up for a bit. I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to try something here. I have got a new desk. It's one of these wonderful sit-stand desks. See, I'm getting shorter. Oh. Sitting down was hurting my back. I wanted to stand up for a second. Don't mind the mess. I never set up the camera for standing up. How much is the session? For the one-on-one coaching session, if you want to do a 30-minute coaching session, it's $45. A 1-hour coaching session is $125. But we do go a lot more in depth with the 1 hour. I review your resume. We go over your LinkedIn profile. We create a study plan and career path to start getting interviews and really achieving your goal. For instance, I did a 60-minute career coaching session with the gentleman that was actually in the chat earlier, Sean. Since then, he's already got 4 different interviews with 4 different companies since our coaching session. So don't take my word for it. Take Sean's word. How's your Linux Plus studying going? I haven't done any studying for a while. So recently, we just moved. We just bought this new house. So we tore down my studio, moved to here. I've been sick for like the last 4 weeks. You can hear it in my voice. I'm still getting over this cold. So I haven't done any studying at all. Excuse me. I'm probably not going to be studying for a little while. Got a lot of other stuff going on right now. I interviewed for GE Digital Gas Program a few weeks ago, and they were very picky. The interview went great, but they rejected me. Yes. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of rejection, especially if you're just starting out in the IT field, or even if you're transitioning or any point. It's going to happen. But it's important to learn from those scenarios and eventually, use that to build your skills, to better yourself for that next interview. So it sucks getting rejected, though. I mean, getting rejected at an interview is always frustrating. And if it happens enough, it becomes really disheartening. But you're better off. You're more prepared. You've had more practice, and you'll do better the next time. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. What is everyone currently studying for? I'm curious. Let me know in the chat, everyone. What certifications or just topics are you currently studying? One thing in IT to know is you have to constantly be learning, constantly be studying, otherwise you're falling behind. Tech is evolving at such a fast rate nowadays that you have to constantly be learning to stay ahead and to better your skills and really make that top dollar. So let me know in the chat, guys, what are you currently studying for? Trying to stay hydrated, keep my voice going. Microsoft Security Compliance and Identity Fundamentals, SC 900. Nice. That's a good certification there. What are you using to study? I'm a student, was going for the CCNA on the side, kind of fell away once midterms hit. Plan on starting back up next spring break. Spring break is a great time to study for IT certifications. I'm studying for the Security Plus at the moment. Have a degree in IT, trying to get into cybersec. Is this the right cert for me? Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to get into cybersecurity, the Security Plus is a great certification to have. And like, if you're trying to get a job with like any government 3-letter agency like DoD or something like that, it's like a requirement to get a job for them. The Security Plus is a great entry-level certification. Once you get a Security Plus, you should definitely look into landing that first job in the field and start getting experience. And then after that, it really depends on what you want to do in the IT field, or the cybersecurity field. Do you want to be a penetration tester? You want to be a security analyst? What interests you the most? And then go from there and start learning what certifications you need to get. So many entry-level cybersec jobs require clearance. It's very frustrating. Yeah, a lot of entry-level cybersecurity jobs do require security clearance, especially if you're going into a government sector job, but not all of them do. So it really just depends. M460 or 4600. Studying for the Linux Plus and the AZ900. Think I might go for the CCNA now that you mentioned that is better networking cert. You don't want to try to bite off too many certifications at the same time. I highly recommend only studying for one cert at a time and study for certs that's going to help move the needle towards that next job. If you want to get into networking, absolutely go for the CCNA. Excuse me. But only study for IT certification that's going to help you land that next job, that next raise, that next promotion. Don't be wasting your time on certifications that you really don't need in your career path. Excuse me. Currently studying for the DP 300 sequel and heading back to college to get my certificate in genealogy. Nice. I'm currently using John Sylvius and Inside Cloud and Security in terms of resources for the SC900. Also, Microsoft themselves has free training and practice exams. Absolutely. Always studying something. Oops. Security Plus is required even in some areas that you don't think it would be. My friend is a software developer and needed to get it. Absolutely. I think Security Plus is a certification almost everyone should get at some point in their career, because it teaches you some very important skills. But yeah, it's a great certification. I want to start with the A plus and then maybe networking. A plus is a great certification to get your foot in the door into IT field. Absolutely. CCNA. I tried using Trello, Notion, and ZenKit. Any thoughts on which one's the better study tool? I've used Trello and Notion and really like Notion. Matter of fact, Network Chuck did a video about Notion. I think in terms of studying for the CCNA, I go look into that. But I personally use Notion for like my content calendar and my content planning for the YouTube channel and stuff like that. I really like Notion. And if you use a student email address, I do believe like you get an upgraded level for free. So if you have like a .edu email address, something to look into. Sometimes the best study tools is just a good old pen and paper. I use OneNote and other, but paper still works for me. Absolutely. Obsidian is also a decent note-taking app. I've heard of it, but I've never used it. I'm old. That's why. Before someone asks why you use pen and paper still, I use pen and paper a lot. Well, everyone, I think we're going to be wrapping up this live stream. Just trying to preserve my voice a little bit. If you have any last minute questions, you can squeeze them in here. But otherwise, if you're not already a member of our Discord channel, definitely go hit us up on Discord. Here, let me drop a link to it in our chat, in the chat. There is a huge group of people there willing to help, you learn. And if you ever have any questions and stuff, feel free to come over there and ask them, drop them into Discord. All right, everyone. I think we're going to wrap it up. I didn't see any more questions come in. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys found this video informative. If you haven't already, make sure you give it a thumbs up so it helps get it found, and subscribe. Like I said, now coming up starting next week, we're releasing a piece of content every single day. Mondays, we're releasing a new episode on our podcast every Monday. Tuesday's going to be a new recorded video. Wednesday, short TikTok, Instagram Reels. Friday, we're doing Thursday, we're doing a recorded interview version of our podcast on YouTube, and Fridays will be a live stream. So tons of great content. So, all right, everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, keep learning.